Hey everyone, it's Pup Twigs here from Orlando, Florida, and joining me all the way from Indianapolis, Indiana is Pup Syxie. How are you?
Oh, I'm doing fantastic. Bet like let me really rephrase that. I'm doing good for the situation that we're in right now.
Yeah, well, I hear you. You know, I'm gonna wait and see. I'm one of those wait and see type. Let's see what's gonna happen. But uh, we already
I
know.
know
Be
I
real.
know how it's like waiting and seeing, and I'm not waiting and seeing. Puppy's taking action. Puppy's on the forefront. Just like, if there is a C and it's negative, I'm preventing that C. The only C I want to see is us existing and coexisting together.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I don't know why people have to get in other people's business. If it's not hurting you, why bother it? Just let it go.
To me, it's just more of like they don't want to devote the mental capacity to actually understand and explain. And I guess there is some type of like understanding, but the moment you start intervening and taking out and destroying other people's lives, that's the understanding walks out the window. Like, okay, we're digressing this far, then let me go to my primal. Let me start like nipping and biting at you for you to show you that you don't have to fucking be here.
Yeah, yeah. No, I got you and stuff. And I was not hoping it would get to this point, but the wrong person got put in office, and we're just going to have to. Hopefully, the 4 years flies by, so we never have to see him again.
Hmm. I don't know about that, but I'm starting to see
Well,
some.
yeah, I know the stuff that I hear that he's not going to ever leave office now that he's in it. So it's kind of
No,
it's scary.
this everybody, I'm the guard dog. Like the moment people start coming in and starting to affect your life, and again, we're all Americans, we're all citizens.
Yeah.
And the moment they start jeopardizing your like right as an American citizen who was born here. By the way, we didn't ask to be here. I was a result of a bottle of wine and two pop.
Yeah.
So like we did not ask to be here, but now since we're here, I want you here. And the moment someone like protest otherwise, um, where's my revolver? I know there's a joke going around, it's like, us in the D&D campaigns, like if you attack somebody, roll for initiative. Nah, I'm rolling my revolver.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
like this is very important to me, and all we're trying to do is live our lives.
Yeah, and that's all we want to do, just live our lives and stuff. We're not bothering you guys, don't bother us. But so I know you've been on before, and just give us a quick refresher on how you got your name and if there's any significance behind the hood colors that you've used.
So I got my name. It first started as a nickname. I have 12 other siblings,
Wow.
and they gave me a nickname Sixy. And like so that my real name is Six, they just put an IE at the end. And I didn't like it at first because number one, it was childish.
Uh-huh.
And number two, I have a few younger sisters and with years apart. So if I'm going out in public and I'm having these bunch of and my sisters are beautiful. So I call them ugly. I'm the only one that can call them ugly. You call them ugly, I'm gonna have to fight you.
Well,
But
I would never do that. So
so having these beautiful young girls follow me, calling me sexy, and sometimes it sounds like sexy, like it kind of makes you uncomfortable. But as I grew older and I got into the pup scene, like sexy fit.
hmm.
And I can't deviate otherwise. Plus it's easy you guys to remember. And then as my hood colors, right now my muzzle is orange and got my ears.
Oh yeah.
Uh, my ears are blue. I do flag blue and orange because I am into the daddy boy scene. I'm
Okay.
subservient, but also I'm exploratory. I want to explore. Like, at this point, anything does go. As long as we are talking and communicating about it, this puppy's ready to dive in and explore and actually help explore yourself as well, because I'm a service puppy.
Yep. Okay. Awesome. Well, let me know again. How long have you been a pup?
About 2 years. Pup
Okay.
Syxie came out to play April, May of 2023. Um, and yeah, so about 2 years.
About 2 years. Well, what have you found has been the easiest part of being a pup?
Um, hmm. If I would put on a scale of anything, it's how easy it was to kind of categorize myself. It took me to divide myself to take care of myself.
Hmm.
And when I think of Sixie, I think of a puppy, a fearless, energetic, being that wants to be out here and exploring. Um, and I really took that to heart, and and Pup Sixie has really helped me to explore and navigate that side. It kind of gives me that fearless nature. So I guess like the easiest thing about being a pup is using Sixie to help navigate my life,
Okay.
if that makes sense. I think I just
Sure.
went on
Yeah.
a tangent for a second, but um, but yeah, that's how I felt. Like that's the most easiest me being on a pup because it helps me kind of like be out here and kind of like express myself and other people can see that and they either don't fuck with it or they try their best to understand till they can, and that's understandable. Like that's okay. There's over 8 billion people in the world. Like, you
Yeah.
don't have to understand and get along with every single last one of them. And I'd
Right.
be more than happy to stand over there in that area.
Well, have you found anything that has been more difficult being a pup in this community?
The nuances. Um, I'm starting to learn and understand that it is not 100% universal. It's no matter how much you want to make it or how much you're trying to like standardize it.
Uh-huh.
And there's like that navigation comes with a double-edged sword because I go into situations that I don't truly know about.
Okay.
And even though it is people can understand if there's like any mistakes or mishap is made, is it still doesn't take the fact that it might have taken away from somebody. Like someone may see me like, oh, he's well attuned, but he's doing all this is making me weird and uncomfortable.
Hmm.
That's not my intention. But due to them and their background, it's very difficult for me to approach that. So it's kind of like, oh, what am I supposed to do?
Okay.
Um, but I am willing to kind of like come in, so I try to adjust myself where I'm coming in with that open mind, with that understanding, and kind of like that blank canvas to gather in what's going on and then go about it my own way. And of course, if there's any lumps, I take them because my job is not to take away from you. And it's up to you to determine if my actions, if they negatively affect you, if you can forgive them or not. The one thing I asked is to kind of like give me that learning curve
Hmm.
and keep our situations between us because ultimately it is between us.
Yeah.
And if you choose not to mess with me and everything, I understand. I fucked up. I can't have my cake and eat it too. But I think what most people do, they just kind of like due to our community and the history and everything and how we conduct things, it kind of spreads out negatively.
Yeah.
And now that pup is labeled. Like, oh, he's
Oh
just
yeah. Yeah.
inconsiderate, like X, Y, and Z. And all he was trying to do is come in and understand.
Okay.
But again, all those little nuances that are not considered, and we all have, in some shape or form, have a difficulty of like explaining that or expressing that due to our backgrounds.
Hmm. Oh yeah. You're right. Well, what advice would you have to offer someone that is brand new to the pup community?
Um, I will say this, I will say this again, I will say this as many times as I have to. This is your journey. This is, at the end of the day, this is your persona. Like this is your like environment. And you have every right to like mold it and fit in a way that helps you navigate. If you're only a pup Saturdays, and that's the one day that you're engaged and like and all that stuff, then that is 100% fine. There's nothing wrong with that. And if anybody tells you otherwise, they need to shut the fuck up and and trust your gut, especially now where our spaces are becoming a little bit more targeted.
Hmm.
What I'm seeing is I call them self-hate gays. A lot of self-hate gays will try to like shun or make you feel like you don't belong, like this is too much, this is a lot, like
Yeah.
and it's not. That's why we formed our community, that's why we form our spaces.
Hmm.
And the moment and the worst part is they try to justify everything that's what's going on because they don't understand how we live our lives, us individually.
Yeah.
So instead of trying to understand, they hop on like, oh, let's just get rid of it.
Yeah.
And if you come across them, like, address it. And if you are not in a position of confrontation, reach out. There are tons of us who are willing to be your voice, be your stance till you're ready. Until you're ready.
Hmm.
Because at the end of the day, I want you to stand up for yourself and be you. But I know that's hard. And I know that's difficult. And I know that bullies extend past high school and like in secondary schooling.
Oh, yeah.
And I am more than willing, and I have a whole team willing to put them in their place.
All right. Yeah, I'm with you on that totally. So I know a lot of us use this sometimes as an escape, being able to get into our pup persona and everything. But what has becoming a pup done for you when in relation to your mental wellness?
You hit it on the nail. Like it gives me an opportunity to escape within myself. I do have you can consider three other personas. I have the base, which is six. He is the ground. He is the root. He keeps everything together. He is the professional. He is the one that makes sure that the bills are paid. He's the one that makes sure everything is organized and conducted best to his ability. I'm also like very smooth brain across the board.
Hmm.
And then there's Sixtifer, who kind of helps maintain is that foothold of six. So like he normally when I'm standing up for myself or other people, that's Sixtifer coming in because Sixty and Six are not in the capacity to like address it.
Okay.
And then of course there's Sixty who's the outgoing and like tremendous type of. So if I ever feel like I'm too scared to like do something or if I'm like feeling some type of way, I go to Sixty. Sixty is that fearlessness
Hmm.
and let Sixty probe it out and then we will go on from there. Like and of course I see Sixty as that instinct.
Okay.
And I tell you what, sometimes six don't listen to Sixty and I have to pay for it.
I gotcha.
Like just recently, like right like in our last interaction, I mentioned that I was running for a puppy title in my community. And I was excited to do it, but something in my gut told me not to. Like it was very there's a lot I have to say with it, and I'm trying to be careful because, like, of course, it puts me in a position of like, oh well, like, what's going on? I'm not trying to spread any drama or
Sure, sure.
anything, but like how everything was being conducted and how everything was, it was not it. Um, of course, I didn't win, and I am not disappointed of that result. I'm disappointed of the negative growth and experience that they gave me as a contestant from the moment I put in the application.
Oh,
And it really, and the follow-up afterwards, when I was trying to express like everything was going on, I got shut out. Like, oh, if you don't belong, like if you think like that, then you don't belong here. So like you're telling me this is your community. This is not the community. This
mm-hmm.
is your community. Like one of the comments, so the person who won, um, their partner was the previous winner a couple years ago.
Oh,
And at the end of the contest, the producer said out loud, uh, "Good job of winning, and great job keeping it in the family."
mm-hmm.
And there's two ways people took that. I took that as, "Oh, really have to be in someone's pants
Yeah.
to get at this, like capability, like to do something like this." A lot of my community said, "Oh, your race wasn't right," like and everything. And when I tried to bring that to their attention, like, hey, like, you said this is all facts, like, how are we going to address this? And they're like, oh, it doesn't matter. Like, and if they think like that, they shouldn't be here. And I was like, you don't understand the hate and all the negative emotions that we grew up with and have to unlearn entering this community.
Yeah,
Like
exactly.
my family is from a family of sharecroppers. My grandfather is from a plantation. Matter of fact, my legal last name is from that plantation. And throughout my childhood, I hear like, my grandfather say these negative things and all that stuff. And I chose not to take that with me and try to like break it up and try to understand, but you're making that flirt up.
Mm-hmm.
And when I try to address you about it, like, oh, like, nah, that's not it. Don't worry about it. You should worry about this in the next 6 months. Or,
Yeah.
oh, if you think like that, you don't like you shouldn't be here. I'm like, okay. Something like I don't regret any of the growth that I got, but I do regret running, and I do regret the level of effort and energy that I put into it. And I'm starting to feel like that this is a status quo, and like it's something that doesn't sell well with me. That's why I'm also active and adamant. I'm like, you know what? If I gotta burn something down, I'll burn something down. Puppy
Yeah.
likes fire.
Well, and I've seen that too. We have a contest down here that is kind of exactly what you said. It's a status quo. They try to keep it in the family and stuff, and it's kind of sad that it's that way.
The biggest argument, and as I was talking to the producer about it, because he runs behind the words inclusions, which I hate the word inclusion. Personally, culturally, to me, inclusion means that I will never be in power and that everything is already established. We're just letting you in and like
Mm-hmm.
because you have something that we want. And it's
Yeah.
normally a selfish thing. Um, and like and that was the reason they hid behind like oh it's about representation. I'm like well we already have because they split it up from to a pet title and a puppy title, which I redundant. Like if the community like is like like as a community we are referring to like pet because there's more than just us puppy. I
Mm-hmm.
see myself as a service pet. Like I am for every critter. I'm just not here for the puppies. And for you to say that and they're like, oh well, like I even want a POC, a person of color title. I'm like, who are you to decide that? We don't want that. This is a fundamental structure. Like we're gonna separate them, but I was like, the more you separate, like the worse you get. Please tell me one incident in human history separating um a group of people was ever beneficial.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um So like you don't want the community representative, you want your representative.
Yeah. Well, I hate that you went through that experience and stuff, but hopefully learn some stuff from it, and who knows what the future will hold.
And again, please trust your instinct. If you feel like something's wrong, like it's something is probably wrong and needs to be addressed.
Yeah. Well, tell me a little bit about some events going on up in the Indianapolis area for pups and critters.
I'm currently exploring out. I have three more events I'm attending this year before I'm done for the year. I know that up in Indy we're planning a Friendsgiving.
Oh, nice.
Um, and the creative community is going to meet up at a house and and kind of like reconnect and try to establish and reinforce our bonds. I'm currently working on a photo shoot project for my community. Because my goal is for you to be visible and for your existence to be valid.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of critters, a lot of individuals wants to be seen, but they feel like they have to like be a big shot person. They have to win a title. They have to be a producer or something. They have to be in the group of the popular kids in order to like be seen and feel sexy. My goal is to eliminate that and have these resources easily available. And if you're not going to post them, if you're not going to advertise, I can tell you like nothing makes me feel sexier of me going through my phone and seeing all these cute pictures of me
Mm-hmm.
because you are sexy, like you are cute and you're valid. And if you want to be seen, why not have the resources available?
Yep.
So for my first project, I am doing a character photo shoot calendar. I saw you was doing a calendar as well. And to advertise and visualize these critters in our community, and it's going to come complete with their character chart and like their status and everything,
Oh, no.
um, to ensure that these people are here, these people are around. If you're ever in town,
Yeah.
also, their birthday's on there, so if you feel like this critter is extra cute, and you need a reason to like say hi to them, say happy birthday to them,
That's
send
right.
them a gift.
Well,
Um, I'm going to Kentucky Leather. I'm going to Kentucky this weekend. Is Kentucky Leather weekend. I am going there to support a friend who this is his first contest.
oh, nice.
Uh, Next weekend I'm going to Michigan, so I know there's Michigan leather and Kentucky leather. And my biggest event is my title run, which is Midwest Bear Fest, which is held here in Westfield, Indiana. That's going to be in December, December 13th through 15th.
Mm, okay.
I'm pretty sure the link will be in the description. That is the Indiana Bear Run. Um, it's being evolved, it's growing, and I'm excited to see what they have in it this year. And I can't say much because Puppy is also involved, and I want to be a lot of things to be a surprise. Like there's a lot of things that we have organized, especially for the new upcoming title family that's going to be voted in, um, to ensure that I'm setting them up to give I want my titles to be a title of opportunity. You can either A, you coming with a bunch of resources ready to go to network and and be seen, or B, you're in a position to make it grow. I if anything, I want to be that starting line.
Mm-hmm.
Like I would like to see 20, 30 years from now that this is this is a whole thing, and like every single time someone touches it, they get something out of it like that they want.
Okay. Yeah. Well, if you could go out and this can be anybody, it could be celebrities, musicians, whatever. You can meet somebody, past or present, and just sit down and talk with them for 10 minutes. Who would you want to go out and meet?
Betty fucking White. Oh my fucking God. I love that bitch. I'm so disappointed that I didn't get to meet her in my lifetime.
Yes.
Like, I feel like she'd be sassy. I feel like she'd be accepted. I feel like she would pinch my cheeks. Like, I want all that engagement with her. Like, ugh, ugh. It used to be Morgan Freeman, but
Uh-huh.
then I realized that he groomed his own wife, and that doesn't sit well with me at all. But that would be who I talk to.
Well, that's a good one to pick. So if other pups wanted to reach out to you, say hi, they saw you here, how would they get in touch with you?
As you may know, I deactivated my Twitter, so that's no longer a thing. In the description, I will have my Facebook, my Twitch. I am also a gamer puppy. I use that as a way to engage with you guys.
Okay.
And I love just the shit talking. That's one of the places where I'm like willingly a little toxic, just a little toxic. Oh, excuse me. And my blue sky.
Okay.
And I'm really looking forward to see you guys on my blue sky. That's where all my X-rated material is gonna be on. So if you want Buppy, you want to see what Buppy bones look like or how Buppy serves as his daddies, go on my blue sky.
All right. Well, we got it. Well, any last words before we get off here?
Your existence is valid. There are people here. If I got to be the only person, then so be it. I'll be the only fucking person. But I know that at the end of the day, I'm going to be fighting for you guys. I'm fighting for myself too, but I know fighting for myself is for everybody closer because I just want to live. I just want to exist. And I know you do too. And Puppy loves you.
That's right. Well, I do. We all want to be that live that life. So, well, it has been awesome getting to talk to you again. I really appreciate the time, and I know it won't be the last time we talk.
All right, all right. See you guys later.